Today, Shure announced their new Axient digital wireless in-ear monitor system. I was actually very fortunate. I got to see this at AES 2024 in New York earlier this month, and it definitely blew my mind. It's pretty crazy what this can do. It's definitely a game changer in the in-ear monitor world. So in this video, I'm going to go over some of the features that it has, and specifically, I'm very excited about this because I've been wanting companies to go more digital with their wireless in-ear monitors for a long time. There is a ton of misunderstanding of what digital wireless means versus analog wireless. I think part of the misunderstanding is that people assume analog means like vintage and digital sounds fake. So they're making the comparison of amp modelers versus tube amps or MP3s versus vinyl. Wireless is a completely different thing, and I made a whole dedicated video on the topic so you can understand why digital wireless actually is much better and gives a much more natural sound than analog wireless. There's a ton of different digital microphone systems out there, the SLXD, the ULXD, QLXD, Axient Digital, those are all digital wireless systems. And now they're starting to dive into the world of digital in-ear monitor systems. So even if this isn't something that you plan to get or something like that, it's still pretty interesting to see the advancements in wireless in-ear monitor systems, the advancements in wireless, and what professional high-end touring acts are using for their in-ear monitor system. Also, just FYI, last week I was super sick, so if my voice sounds a little bit weird, that's why. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. It definitely helps out the channel. So as far as the transmitters, the ones that will live in the rack, it's available in a dual or a quad version. Both of those will only take up 1 U of rack space. With the quad system, that's 4 wireless stereo in-ear monitor systems in 1 U of rack space. The antennas are already combined on that. That's either 4 wireless stereo or 8 mono wireless transmitters, all in 1 U of rack space. And with the dual one, you can get 2 stereo or 4 mono in-ear monitor systems. And what's really cool about this is it's already combining 4 stereo or 8 mono in-ear monitor systems, which means that you don't have to get an extra antenna combiner, and all of this is just in 1 U of rack space. Of course, if you need more in-ear monitors than that, you'll have to get a combiner, but I'll go over some of the combiner options later. But the antennas already combined in this system avoids having to deal with antenna farms, which is really, really cool. The receivers have 2 antennas for true digital diversity. With 2 antennas and true diversity, it basically just means if one antenna loses the signal, the other one is there to help prevent dropouts and have more reliability with your wireless. Also has a really cool option where you can have a threaded connection. So if your in-ear monitor cable has a threaded connection, you can actually screw that in so you don't have to worry about your in-ears getting unplugged accidentally. It says it has improved stereo separation, and I got to listen to these things at AES, and they sound just absolutely crystal clear. I'd be curious how much the stereo separation is improved, but man, these things sound absolutely crystal clear, and that's part of the beauty of digital wireless, is that digital wireless is able to get the full frequency spectrum of 20 hertz up to 20 kilohertz, whereas analog wireless actually is smaller. Again, watch my video to find out why digital gives you a much more natural tone. And you can really hear that with this system. It sounded so good. It spans a full 184 megahertz of tuning bandwidth. So basically you don't have to worry about the different bands based on the different regions that you're in. If you don't know what wireless bands are, I do have a video going over that in detail if you'd like to find out more info about that. It's going to be almost impossible to not find a clear signal with this system. It's also very spectrally efficient. You can fit 16 channels within a 6 megahertz bandwidth. That's really cool. So you basically have this massive amount of range to find a clear channel, and you can fit a ton of them in a very small space. It also comes with encryption. It of course has the analog outputs depending if you get the quad or the dual, but it also has AES. It also has Dante. It also has a second port for redundant Dante. One of the really cool things is that this product will work with the Shure Axient Digital Spectrum Manager as well as the Show Link. I go over this in my Axient Digital video that I did, but the Spectrum Manager basically is always just scanning, looking for clear signals, and what happens is if a channel gets interference, and you have the Spectrum Manager and the Show Link, the Spectrum Manager is going to send a new clear channel to the system, to the wireless, and the Show Link is going to send that new clear channel to the musician on the stage. Then you don't have to go scan and resync and all that stuff. It just happens almost instantly, and you're on a brand new clean channel, and you don't have to worry, and you can continue on with the show. You're not going to find anything more reliable than that. Truly, truly incredible. That works with the Axient Digital for like the wireless mics and the body packs, and now it's going to work with the wireless in-ear monitor systems. So the only downside of digital wireless is that digital wireless always is going to have some sort of latency, and this one comes in at less than 2.9 milliseconds of latency, and less than 2.9 milliseconds of latency is not able to be heard by the human ear. Something else very cool that it has analog mode. You can use it with the PSM 1000 receivers, the body pack receivers. That's really cool because if you already have a PSM 1000 system, you can gradually start switching over to the Axient digital PSM. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. There is frequency diversity on this. With frequency diversity, the body packs will work on two completely different frequencies. So if one of them drops out, the other one is there to keep the audio going, and you basically lose no signal. There is also going to be an option for a two-way passive combiner if you do want to combine two of these together, because you can passively combine two sets. Now you have 8 stereo wireless in-ear monitor systems or 16 mono channels, all running off of a single antenna. Pretty crazy stuff. Of course, if you do need to use more, they will have the active antenna combiner as well. But that's really cool, again, the antenna combining on this, that it's already combined the antenna for 4 of them, and you can passively combine to a total of 8 of them. Really crazy, really efficient, and not taking up a bunch of rack space. So there are 2 other modes with this that I'm trying to wrap my head around myself. I'm going to post links down below so that I make sure that you guys can find out more details about this. The first one is about WMAS mode, but it stands for Wireless Multi-Channel Audio Systems. So this graph is the best way that has been explained to me. So instead of having, 4 narrow wireless transmitters and receivers on different channels, that's how wireless has normally worked. But with this WMAS mode, you can transmit like 4 wireless on one fundamental frequency. This just changes like everything that I think about wireless, because wireless has always been one frequency, one transmitter and receiver. That's the way that it works. The fact that now there's 4 in just like a slightly wider, I'm trying to understand it myself. If I do understand this, I'll do a more in-depth video on this. I was sick all last week. I have so much brain fog right now. I definitely can't process that right now. Once I do more research on the topic, I'll do a detailed video on it later. There's also another mode called Spacial Diversity, and this is also interesting. So I believe it has a way that it reads like 2 different antennas or something like that. But I believe this is for like if you're playing at like a stadium or something like that, so you can have your in-ear monitors work backstage as well as on the stage, which can be useful for like people who need to communicate in like a dressing room and then out on the front of the stage. Pretty cool. It seems similar to how quadversity mode works. Again, both of these topics, I'm not pretending I'm an expert on. I'm still trying to understand it myself, and we'll post more resources down below. So it's looking like it will release sometime in January of 2025. I hope they have it at NAMM 2025 this year. I am going to be going to NAMM 2025 this year, so don't forget to subscribe so you can see my video on NAMM 2025 when that video comes out. I'm really excited for this. I've been waiting for companies, especially Shure, to start doing digital wireless in-ear monitor systems. It's been a long time coming. I'm excited for this. And like I said, it's such a new product. It just came out today, at least on the day that I'm posting this video. As more details come out, more videos and stuff like that, I'll leave more links down below and keep updating the description. So if you're watching this sometime in the future, I'm going to keep updating the description as new things come out about this product. And also, if I do any more videos about this or products related to this, I'll be sure to link them down below. I'll try to leave them as a pinned comment as well. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. It truly does help out the channel. And also let me know in the comments if you enjoy this type of content instead. This is my first time doing kind of more of a news, like, hey, here's a new product that was just announced type of video. Let me know if you guys like more videos like that. Leave a comment down below and let me know. Until then, be sure to check out my video on the Axient digital wireless system. So this is the wireless mics and the wireless body packs. A lot of detail, a lot of stuff that this thing can do. Check out my video on that. And also, if you haven't seen my video on analog versus digital wireless, be sure to check out my video on that so you can see why digital is so superior. You can check out both of those videos by clicking the links on your screen now. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at ScottYoMusic. Feels good to be just doing something again instead of laying in bed, which I did basically all last week. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any other cool gear you want me to check out, leave a comment down below. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you next time.